In today's episode, we are going to the Catskill to weigh the truck, show you our first RV repairs, and take you along on an epic hike in Flagstaff. We got our first leak.
Ooh, let's turn out the love.
No, we are going to Flagstaff to hike today, but we have very important RV tasks to handle while we're on the way. What are we doing on the way?
We're gonna go to the Catskill and weigh the truck. And then next week, when we're loaded and hitched, we'll weigh them together, so that way we can figure out all of our scale numbers.
So you guys ready for an epic hike and to see how much our truck weighs? Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's load her up.
All right, so we're going to the Catskill today, and we're gonna weigh our truck, how we'll be traveling. And since we're not taking Miley and Dora with us, they each weigh 20 pounds. So we're gonna simulate taking Miley and Dora with us so we get an accurate as we can weigh on that truck. This is you, Dora.
So we're going to the Catskill today because today's sort of our trial run. You know how we like to plan ahead and practice things. So today we didn't want to have the first time we were driving up through the mountains with the truck and using the exhaust brake as well as going through the Catskill. We didn't want that to be the first time while we were actually towing the rig. We felt like that would add a lot of pressure. We're still very new to hooking and unhooking the rig, and so we didn't want our first couple of times to do that to be, you know, at the Catskill. But it is important to us that we weigh. We have no idea if we're underweight, overweight, what's going on inside that rig, and so we need to be well aware of what our rig weighs.
And so when we get there, right by the Catskill is, I think it's a pilot, so we're gonna fuel up and top off. That way we're weighing fully loaded.
And we're driving up to Flagstaff because we're gonna come through this route. We're gonna do an awesome hike today. We can't wait to show you that. But we're gonna come through this route the first time we really tow out of Lake Pleasant. And so it's just kind of our trial run. We wanna go up and down those steep grades in the mountains with the exhaust brake, get a feel for what the truck sounds like, feels like, all of those sorts of things, so that we're ready to go when we got the 36-foot Big Mama behind us.
And that'll be in just less than a week.
Yes,
we're doing that.
I cannot wait. The stops we have planned this year, we are already booked all the way through September, and guys, it is an epic trip. Highlights, well, should we tell them? Should we? Maybe on the hike we'll tell you. Stick around, maybe later.
So last night we ordered our national park pass. So
that's a hint, a little foreshadowing.
Yeah, so we're gonna need that several times over the next 6 months. So we got that ordered, so we have it in hand because we'll be using it for the first time in like 10 days.
And you guys just saw Miley and Dora kayaking with us. Dora's life jacket doesn't quite fit her anymore, so we took her to REI to get a brand new life jacket because, well, there's also lots of paddling in our future too. Here's number 2.
Lots of water stops.
Be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to come along for those epic adventures, check out national parks, learn the ropes on the RV, and take righteous hikes with us.
A little nervous.
Okay, let's talk through it. What you most nervous about?
You know, it's just a little intimidating driving into, you know, the big rig truck Catskill.
Yeah.
I will, for the first time, feel like my truck is small.
We didn't want to be like this guy who doesn't know what he's doing, stopped in everybody's way. This is why we did a trial run.
So I see the Catskill and I see trucks going that way through it.
Okay. And then I think that's your 3 zones. Remember you were saying your 3 zones? You see those 2 white lines straddle the first one.
Of course, now I got a semi behind me.
And then look, there's a button up there that we have to push.
First way or reweigh?
First way.
Yep, I just did your first way. You're good to pull off. I just need you to come inside.
Okay.
What's the scoop?
We're weighed.
Oh, we're weighed.
I gotta go in to get the ticket because I have to have the ticket to be able to do the reweigh when I come back with the RV.
Awesome. So that seemed pretty simple. I couldn't hear all of it, but
Yeah.
I think you were mic'd up. Hopefully we got it.
Yeah, she was pretty nice. I was like, oh, it's my first time. I'm gonna do my RV in my truck, but right now I just have the truck. But she said, come in, but now we gotta figure out where that is.
That was easy.
That was so easy. And the girl, like, you know, I think that kind of intimidating going to, like, you know, a commercial trucking place, but she like explained it and was so sweet and asked about our adventures and where we were going and printed it out for us. So
A+ experience.
it really was.
Wait, so we're prepaid?
Yeah, so when you do the truck and then hitch with the RV,
Yeah.
you have to do a weigh and then a reweigh. So she's like, do you want to just go ahead and pay for your reweigh, which we're coming back in 6 days. And then I have everything on here, just give her the number and then we'll go in and they'll reprint this. So it was super easy. It's like anything, you know, like the unknown, the intimidation of, you know, seeing all these big trucks and they're on the clock. This is their job, you know, and this is what they have to do.
Yeah. And mad respect to what they do. It's
right.
It's a hard job.
Right. So I was glad that it wasn't busy. I didn't want to be, you know, slow and asking questions and holding up a trucker. You know, definitely have respect for the truckers out there. So, but it was a great experience. And now we know the weight of our truck. So our gross weight is 9,920 pounds.
Beast mode. That's a big fat daddy truck.
Yeah. And so it gives us the breakdown of our front axle, our drive axle, our steer axle, and
Awesome.
trailer, which is 0. So we'll be excited to see what that number is next week. So have you used the cruise control at all yet with driving the truck?
No. And I plan to today coming out of the mountains when I drive back. Have you used it?
Just a little bit the other day when we drove all that highway driving down to Phoenix, and then a little bit today. But that's what I want to plan to do with the highway driving, get more comfortable with the features of the truck and the cruise control, because we'll use that when towing.
Yeah. Wait, so how is the cruise control? Are you using it now?
No.
Oh.
I was, and then we hit that construction. We'll turn it back on now.
All right, so without ever towing, we're averaging 15.5 miles per gallon. So I wonder after next week, once we start towing, it's a pretty mountainous summer, hit number 3. I wonder like what that'll drop to.
Hoping to stay in double digits.
Yeah.
So it's a lollipop trail. Once we get up here and it splits, take the straight or the left split. And then we're gonna climb and then we have this big descent. That's where we might need our poles. And then we'll loop all the way back around.
Awesome.
So 3.7 miles. There's our elevation gain.
Sweet.
Yeah, there's caves at the top and the views are supposed to be epic, so.
Let's do it. We got here, we drove through lunchtime, and so since Barry's maybe getting up and moving, we're gonna eat lunch before we hit the trail because we're also starving. So first time eating in the truck.
Don't drop no crumbs.
Oh boy. We were gonna eat on the tailgate, but it's like 25-mile-an-hour winds.
Yeah, so there's a storm rolling in and there's gonna be high winds rolling in this afternoon, but especially tomorrow. But you can see it on the trees. And even when we got out to get gas, I was like feeling it. Temperature drop, we've lost about 20 degrees since we left.
What's the temperature now?
58.
58. So we're hiking today because tomorrow, through the weekend, it's Friday, through the weekend, I think they're gonna get 8 inches of snow. Already, you can hear the wind whipping above us, but it's not quite as bad, even with just a few trees. There were birds flying when we came in. I'm not sure if you saw them or not, but they were like it was almost like they were being thrashed around by the wind. I tried to get footage of it on here. I think I might have. It was hard to tell, but it looked like a rough day to be a bird up there. Do birds have like you know, like we call it family fort day, where we like hunker down, watch movies or whatever, or mostly binge YouTube channels, but I wonder, do they have that in bird life on windy days like this? What I love about Arizona is that we just came from the desert. That tumbleweed makes you think of that desert life. But in Arizona, you can take, like us, it was just shy of 2 hours, I think like an hour 40, 2-hour drive, and be in a totally different climate, totally different ecosystem, biozone, whatever you want to call it, and just experience nature in a whole new way in Arizona. It is one of the coolest states I've lived in. Hey, Turkey Foot, come here. I just told our viewers what's our goal for age 50.
Live in all 50 states with the RV.
Yeah, so I was telling them one of the reasons I love to live in Arizona was because you have all these climates. Like, you can just take these drives and you can be in a whole new ecosystem. And it's one of the favorite states I've lived in so far. But hold on, we're coming up on, what's the sign? So we're from Cleveland, Ohio. You guys know that. We've lived in Arizona. You know that. What's the third state we've lived in previous to RV life?
North Carolina!
Yeah, we did. How long did we live there?
3 years.
Yeah. We lived in Raleigh. I mean, it's already pretty 360 beautiful.
Oh yeah.
And the wind is up there. You hear it, but so glad we didn't call the hike off because of it. We might get high enough for snow. Do you know how high we're going up today?
Our gain is like 600 and something, so we're not gonna have a huge, that's not a lot of gain, is it?
600 and something feet?
Yeah.
No.
I don't think so.
I mean, I guess it depends on you guys. This is pretty accessible still yet, so it's nice.
Oh, look, pine cones.
Yeah. Look at how black the dirt is here.
That's kind of weird. I was noticing that.
It's pretty cool though. Like, but look at the contrast between the bright pop of tan pine, like the dead pine on the ground, and then this like black, I don't want to say sand, but was this, it makes me think it was brought in, but then when I look up at like the sides of the cliff, it clearly wasn't.
Right, it goes all the way up.
Yeah.
Look at these trees up there, man. You can see how strong that wind is at the top of those trees.
Yeah.
And you can hear it.
Yeah, you can. Oh, look how pretty. I missed the forest.
Is this forest enough for you?
No, we're going to way better forests. Well, actually, I shouldn't say better, but this is a perfect camping forest because of the nice soft pine. Needles to pitch a tent on. So the dark lines between that bright red bark, is that evidence of a previous fire?
I don't know.
I think it might be. Is it, if you guys know out there, is that a sign of a previous fire? I know that these are pretty hardy trees designed to survive a fire, and there's been tons of wildfires up here in the last several years, so. Crater Loop, Crafter Summit. We're gonna summit first. Crafter Summit. Oh, Crater Summit. Why did I think there was an F? Crater Summit. This is our 600 feet of elevation gain.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of switchbacks heading up.
Okay, let's do it.
This starts our climb.
So we're less than a week out from like hitting the road, life on the road. We have an awesome, awesome summer and fall planned. We will be sharing that with you guys soon in the upcoming episode. Please hit the subscribe button if you want to check out those adventures with us as well. But these first 3 months of learning how to operate the rig, they've gone so great, but that doesn't mean they didn't come with minor imperfections.
Yeah, there's always gonna be a few little hiccups, things you gotta learn as you go. But you can't sweat the small stuff because it's all the small stuff.
Yeah. So go ahead, tell them what we've had to have repaired already.
So we were not even quite 2 months into the rig, and we got our first notification. We had a small warranty recall
on the attic vents on the Brinkley. Brinkley was phenomenal to work with, and we didn't even have any cracked issues. It was preventative essentially in our situation.
So with the warranty recall, Brinkley was able to hook us up and send out a mobile RV tech because we didn't have a truck at the time, which was a phenomenal experience. There was no issues. They just needed to use a different sealant to put the attic vents on. A more flexible versus rigid one. I guess there had been some cracking because the previous sealant was too rigid, I think. Yeah, and so we got that done easy. Also, right before, like, we already had them scheduled and we were doing the black tanks and I saw water dripping. We got our first leak. Just a little bit of water. Good news is I can see it. I can see to the basement where I saw it dripping. So we'll figure it out. I gotta figure out what that black thing is. Not the pipe, the other black thing. Never do you want to see or hear water dripping, but especially when you're doing your black tank.
It was a scary moment. So, but you handled it really well. You discovered it.
Yeah, I stayed calm. I could see where it was dripping to the basement. Knew it's tracking from right under the bathroom sink, which is where the black tank flush, freshwater check valve is. That noisy little guy. And it was leaking. Maybe some kind of crack or faulty seal, but
yeah.
So we add that to the list when the mobile tech came out. They fixed that, no problem. And we're right back at it. So lesson learned, don't sweat the small stuff. And just
keep on rolling.
Keep rolling with the punches.
She hiked straight uphill. That whole story.
Yeah, my arm is tired. Hey, we're kind of climbing. This is steep.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot to mention 600 is straight up.
We're less and less shielded from each breeze. Oh, I'm already starting to see a view.
Yeah.
2 little switchbacks later.
Kind of sweaty.
Yeah, you got your
Nova compensator. When it comes to temperature control.
So she will put it on like 80 degrees in the truck and be like, oh, I'm so hot, and start cranking that dial like she's angry with it. Then she'll set it at 60. She'll like, it's freezing. I'm like, just put it at 72 and give it a minute.
And my nice cooler seat.
So we were cold in the wind when we got here. So she not only put on her vest, but she put on her vest and her rain jacket. And now she's too warm. Wait, which way do we go? Is this just a water draw?
Yeah, it's not on a trail, but...
Whoa, babe.
We gotta go that way.
Babe, turn around.
Yeah.
That's Flagstaff, huh?
Parts of it, yeah.
We switch back. Gotcha.
Oh yeah. The map confirms.
Climbing a mountain is kind of like a metaphor for most of life, but like you gotta just put the hard work in, get out of breath, do the grimy work, the parts that are not so fun. And then all of a sudden, before you know it,
it pays off. Yeah, the trail gets narrow.
Trail gets what?
Narrow, right here.
Oh, it's a singly?
Yeah. Look at these old guys.
Oh yeah, is that gonna be a tree one day? Peanut, look behind you.
I know, it's so pretty.
This is awesome. Yeah, it really is.
Oh man. Huh. What a view.
Yeah. Switch back again.
Huh?
Switch back again.
Oh yeah, they're pretty crazy going up.
When we hike, we like to do the steep side up first, and then the more gradual side going down. Because we do both agree, going down's actually harder. Especially the super steep stuff.
Wait, I got news for you. The backside might be steeper.
It is?
I don't know.
Oh boy.
You should see the zigzags on the map. Whoa.
What?
We've been hiking that flat desert.
Hey now. Whoa, look at this, like, it's like a cool chair,
oh,
but
man.
It's a log. Sit in it. That's a really cool stump, man.
Might not get back up. That was a good one.
I think we can officially say that might be second to only the stumps at the Petrified Forest National Park.
Oh yeah, those are cool. Whoa. Oh my word.
Well, it's good to be on the backside again.
Look!
Guess what, guys? Smells good out here. Yet again, the pines.
It got me. Smells like Pop's tree farm.
Yeah.
So my dad's dream was to have a tree farm, and I think when I was like 12 or 13, he started the Christmas tree farm right on our property. So got to help him with that over the years, and love the smell of pine.
Makes you think of your daddy?
Well, this is the steepest hike that we've done in a while. But we gotta train because we're gonna be at the Rockies this summer.
Holy steep.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Look at all the dust blowing off that mountain over there.
It's probably windy over there too.
Yeah.
Is that the cave? Oh yeah, here's the caves. Woo! Woo! These are the caves.
What?
The
These are
caves.
Whoa, these are sketchy looking.
Yeah, don't go in them.
Literally making my teeth hurt because I've learned through watching myself on YouTube that they're just always out.
Look how windy it is. Holy moly, this wind. I don't think we've ever hiked in anything like this.
I don't know. I can't remember the last time, that's for sure. Oh, there's lichen on the rock here. Lichen's a really cool thing. It's algae and mold, I think, or moss, like a fungus. And so the green comes from the photosynthesis of the algae, but then the whitish is the mycelium, I think.
It's in the mushroom family, right? Fungi?
Yeah, I think so. You're a fungi.
I was gonna say that to you.
You're silly. Okay, this way?
Yeah.
Let's do it. I feel like that was a false summit because when we hit that summit, I thought we were done climbing up, but no, we're close.
No, that was just the caves and the overlook.
Yeah. I wasn't mentally ready for that. All good. Shall we?
Yes. The storm is blowing in.
Yes, it is.
They said tomorrow the gust will be up to 55.
Oh, wow.
Up to 30 today.
Nice.
But we came anyway. It should be a pretty ziggity-zaggity switchback back down the other side.
Hey, we're out of the wind, and you know my favorite trail is a new trail. My quads are sore. Coach Mandy launched her workout programs, and well, they're working.
So on this trail, the downhill, definitely harder.
I agree. Loose gravel and downhill, rough combo. Left or right?
I think to the right. Oh yeah. And then loop that way.
Okay.
Huh?
Okay.
We're taking the sharper right here.
Right here? Mm-hmm. Okay.
This is what I love about the Alls Trails map. Like, we came to this fork. That's a trail, this is a trail, but that's not the trail we're out to do. So, tracking it just prevents. I mean, it kind of took us getting lost that one time when we, oh man, turned around. That was back in Cleveland and did twice as many mileage that day. So, just kind of safety, just kind of shows us where we are on the map. Because you often intersect several other trails when you're hiking, and no one wants to get lost in that extra.
No. How's it feel being back in the forest?
Good.
Yeah.
The wind has settled down. Like,
Yeah.
that was our last major switchback. That was a steep descent with those switchbacks.
Yeah, it was intense.
It was.
Mandy's trying to talk me into making a camp meal when we get back to the truck. I'm trying to talk her into wait until we get home. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. We brought two, just in case. You know, we always like to keep our options open.
Well, and stay tuned in a couple episodes as we get ready to hit the road full time. Our truck is fully loaded for safety, survival, mishaps, whatever it may be. We'll give you the tour of all that stuff, but it includes 2 weeks worth of food.
Yeah. But it requires us to boil water because it's dehydrated.
Yeah.
So the wind was not in our favor.
Not up top.
Yeah. Hey, yeah, man.
We are back on the stick of the lollipop. Good hike.
Nice job.
Proud of you.
You too. That was a good challenge today.
Yeah. Okay, so this is what you need to know about the LesbiFIT van. Mandy, Miley, and Dora, and then me all have birthdays within 9 days. And Mandy's is in 11 days. She kicks us off, and she has decided that for her birthday, she wants to hike the Grand Canyon. So be sure to hit that subscribe button and join us along for our future adventures. They're gonna be epic.
Thanks so much for coming along on our adventure today and hiking with us, and stay tuned for our next adventure.